Ladies and gentlemen, the NFL playoffs are here, and we are delighted with some amazing games in NFL Wildcard Weekend. How poetic is it? The Lions and the Rams will face off. Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit, playing his old team. Jared Goff at home, playing his former team in the Los Angeles Rams. This is going to be an amazing game. Two of the league's best offenses on display. Two of the best passing attacks in the league. Two teams that have had great seasons. And I personally cannot wait for this matchup. Let's dive right into it. The Los Angeles Rams have been one of the hottest teams in the NFL, and I believe they're building something very scary, and not a lot of people are talking about it. You look at how they closed this season. In their final 8 games, they went 7-1, and their only loss was in overtime to the Baltimore Ravens, a team that many believe is the Super Bowl favorite. But I don't think it's really any massive surprise that they're the hottest team in football right now, and it's because they're finally healthy. You look at the scattered injuries they've had throughout the season. Kyren Williams was banged up and missed some games. Cooper Kupp was banged up and missed some games, and this really affected the way this team was able to play offense, their cohesiveness, and now we see them firing on all cylinders, and they're very dangerous. Coming into this season, not a lot of people thought this Rams team would be good, let alone win 10 ball games and be the 6th seed in the NFC. Well, they've proved a lot of people wrong, and this goes to show the greatness of Sean McVay. Obviously won the Super Bowl 2 years ago. Looking back at it, it seems silly how we counted him out. Matthew Stafford, a borderline top 10 quarterback, and Cooper Kupp, maybe the best receiver in the league. We saw them win the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and Sean McVay's really been able to piece together an amazing offense. You look at their past 2 years of 5th-round draft picks. Last year, Kyren Williams in the 5th round out of Notre Dame. He's currently the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL, and he's missed a handful of games. He's made this offense so dynamic, the way he's able to pull in these linebackers on the play-action pass. He's making Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua, their other 5th-round draft picks, job this year way easier. Nacua, we saw in Week 18 break the rookie record for yards and catches. This dude has been flat out special this season. The contact balance that he has, he's such a big and physical receiver, and I can't believe this dude fell all the way to the 5th round. Looking at this Rams offense right now and how they stack up to everybody else in the NFL, I believe they have one of the best offensive attacks in football, led by Sean McVay, a brilliant offensive mastermind. Matthew Stafford, easily a top 10 quarterback at this point. Cooper Kupp, one of the best receivers in the league. Puka Nacua showing why he's also one of the better receivers in the league. And then you have Kyren Williams, a top 5 back in football. And this team is really doing damage offensively. You look at their number 3 receiver, Demarcus Robinson. We've seen a late emergence from him in the second half of the season. Tyler Higbee's always been a stud at the tight end position. But I really don't think enough people are talking about the Rams heading into the postseason, what they can do offensively, not to mention how their defense has been able to pull things together. A lot of people coming into this season were really concerned with this Rams defense, including myself. But you gotta tip your hat to defensive coordinator Raheem Morris and the amazing job he's done pulling together some of these younger players, guys that they drafted in late rounds. Aaron Donald's still one of the best defensive players in the NFL, and he's been really the main anchor on the defensive side of the ball. But the Rams have been able to do enough on the defensive side of the ball, get enough stops for their offense to go out there and drop 30+ points, and it's been a darn good recipe for success. Looking at this first round matchup for the Lions here against the Rams, I truly believe they got the toughest opponent. Looking at the Cowboys playing the Packers and the Eagles playing the Buccaneers, but Dan Campbell's going to have his crew ready to play on Sunday, and I believe we are going to see an absolute shootout from both of these teams. Two of the most high-flying offenses in the NFL, great passing attacks, two very capable run games, but it's time I pick a winner here, and I believe the Los Angeles Rams will win this game against the Lions. You look at the NFL, I often talk about how it's a quarterback-driven league. I truly believe that Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFC. You look at these other quarterbacks like a Dak Prescott, I'd say he's pushing him for that number 1 spot, but you look at Brock Purdy, you look at Jared Goff, you look at Jalen Hurts. These guys haven't impressed me enough to put themselves above Matthew Stafford, a guy that's often been disrespected in his career. He has a Super Bowl ring, and he's playing some excellent football right now. He is the best quarterback in the NFC, and that goes a long way to helping you in the playoffs. He knows how to get it done in the postseason. He knows how to get to the Super Bowl. I believe we're going to see a very deep postseason run from the Los Angeles Rams right now. They will not only beat the Lions, they'll beat whoever they play in the divisional round, and they'll ultimately play the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Conference Championship. This is where their run is ultimately going to end, but don't be surprised if they play play the 49ers tougher than most people expect. They're divisional opponents. They've already seen each other twice this year, and it's postseason football. Anything can happen, but I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on the Los Angeles Rams. They have the hottest offense in football. They're the hottest team in the NFL, and Matthew Stafford is the best quarterback in the NFC, and they're going to go into Detroit and knock them off in the wild card round. I'm Caden Kubler, and that's my take.